It is the year 1962, and Blaine Gibson has a gift for Walt Disney. He presents Walt with a bust of him, much to Walt's distaste. He said, "What am I going to do with this? Statues are for dead people." Gibson then decided that he would destroy it, but he just couldn't do it. It's the 80s. Michael Eisner is now the CEO, and Walt Disney is long dead. Imagineers John Hinch and Marty Sklar are beginning to worry that people are forgetting the man that made the magic. In response, they believed that they needed to place some sort of a reminder of Walt in Disneyland. Michael Eisner was always looking for ways to boost attendance in the park, and with Hinch and Sklar's idea, they thought they could make something work. They developed the concept of a statue called Partners, displaying Walt Disney and a certain mouse. The concept was inspired by a lithograph produced in celebration of the 200 millionth guest to visit Disneyland. The lithograph was produced back in 1981 and was created by Disney legend Charles Boyer. Although they managed to get Eisner on board, they also needed approval from the Disney family. Walt made it very clear that he didn't want a statue of himself ever to be made, and his family, who was aware of this, wanted to respect his wish. They later came to terms with the idea. Now with approval to begin the project, they brought in Blaine Gibson, who had previously retired in 1983. Gibson then began work in his Arizona house. Nearly a year later, the statue was complete. Gibson had developed several designs, drawing inspiration from his 1962 bust and the 1981 Charles Boyer lithograph. He finally decided to settle on a design with Walt and Mickey holding hands, with Walt simply pointing forward. Gibson had some difficulty designing the statue. He couldn't figure out how to make Walt hold hands with Mickey properly, with them both having a different number of fingers. He looked to Fantasia for inspiration, specifically when Mickey shakes the hand of Leopold Stokowski, where it was the only time where Mickey shook the hand of a real human. The statue is made to be 6 feet and 5 inches tall, unlike Walt's actual height of 5'10". This was because they wanted the two to be proportionate, with Walt once mentioning Mickey's height of 3 feet during a recording session for a 1939 short called The Pointer. Gibson based Walt as he was in 1954 because that's when he was, quote, in his prime. He sculpted Walt's face to be bright and cheerful, as if to say, quote, "Mickey, look what we've accomplished together. Look at all the happy people who have come to visit us today." Gibson's quote also explains what Walt is pointing at. Blaine Gibson also paid attention to detail, with Walt sporting a logo on his tie reading STR, which stood for Smoke Tree Ranch, a ranch that Walt visited constantly with his family. Also, Walt is wearing his 2 wedding rings, his normal one and also his Irish Claddagh ring, which he bought on a 1948 vacation in Ireland. It's November 18th, 1993. It's the 65th anniversary of Steamboat Willie, and in celebration, Roy E. Disney unveils the finished Partner statue. It immediately registered with guests as an icon. With the success, Disney also placed the same statue in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, Walt Disney Studios Park and Disneyland Resort Paris, Tokyo Disneyland, and the Walt Disney Studios lot in Burbank, California. The statue is now iconic, Blaine Gibson's most famous sculpture. For something that was placed in Disneyland only 27 years ago, it feels like it has always been there, reminding people of the legacy of Walt Disney.